Hey, what's up, guys? I almost forgot. There we go. Almost forgot to tweet out the link. What are we, what are we doing? How is it going? We are going to be playing a little, NHLPA 93. This is one of the games from my childhood. Trying to see here, I gotta... Oh. Okay. All these online changes. It's like you do automatic, but oh well. Alright, so we're doing playoff mode because why not? Let's see. That's what our bracket looks like. I am playing Minnesota in the first round. Toronto making the playoffs, that's kind of a joke. And Quebec having a team. That's awkward. Okay, here we go. Obviously, I am playing as the Hawks. Anyone who's played this game before knows there's a trick to score basically on any shot. Whoops. I'm going to try not to use it. Also, I should mention right away, I do have a screen where I can watch the chat, so if you want to talk about something, post it, and maybe I'll react, maybe I won't, I don't know. Let me just check real quick. Okay. I just wanted to make sure my stream audio is working, because when I was trying to get everything set up earlier, I was having some issues, but we are all good. Okay. Neil Broughton, because of course. John Casey got an assist. Okay. Well, this is going well. I believe... What was I going to say? Oh, it sounds like they are giving someone an apartment tour. Out in the hall, I can hear something. Not really sure what it is. Yeah. One thing to keep in mind playing or watching this game was that it was not licensed by the NHL. As the name, well, not implies, it basically says, this was a game authorized only by the NHLPA, which is why players' names appear, but team names do not. This was the last year, obviously, NHL 94 was the first, I guess, real big NHL game, which is pretty good. It's pretty similar in most respects to this, but they actually had the team names. And I know I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm not getting shut out by the North Stars. Okay. Let's see. Anyway, this game brings back a lot of memories for me. This was one of the games I grew up playing on Super Nintendo. Chelios, Steve Smith. Like I said, playing this game just brings back a lot of memories. Not only of just older Hawks players. Uh-oh. Don't like that. Not just of some of the older players, but when I was little and, games didn't have 1080p graphics and, it's kind of fun, but that said, I do like, NHL. I do like 16, or, Yeah, 16. You know, the newer ones are nice. You know, the gameplay is really good. It's really realistic. But I'm always going to have a little bit of a soft spot. Especially for this one. Because like I said, that's what I had. You know, we had a Super Nintendo, but we didn't have a ton of games for it. I basically grew up with this and the Donkey Kong series. Donkey Kong Country. All right, Casey. Give up a light one. Can't even keep the zone. Turn it over. 5 on 3. Won't score. I know I haven't done a live stream in a while. I've been really busy. But I'm hoping to do more this summer, especially over the weekends. I won't be available during the day, but I do miss it. Because I do like being able to get on here and just hang out, you know. But like I said, I've been ridiculously busy this semester. It's probably, as some of you know, it's my last one. Did I get one? No. Thanks, Goulet. Can I get another one? Oh. How did I get an interference call when I had the puck? And how'd they get nice and call on a power play? A little... Really? Oh. I thought I got another penalty. Paying attention to the time is hard. Alright, well. Game 1 down. Wait, is this single elimination? Oh. Whoops. Okay. We're gonna go... You know what? We're gonna go current. Go, Hawks and Blues. Best of 7. Because apparently it wasn't set to that. Don't remember who the... Why can I not pick up there? What? Hey. Chelios is such a hooker. Hashtag dad joke. What I was trying to say was I don't remember who the Blues goalie was in this game. Shorty. Oh, come on. There we go. Ooh. Hate waiting for that offside. Oh, what? There was always something very fun in these games about shooting the puck after the whistle up until probably 2008, somewhere around then. You could pretty much do whatever you wanted. That was fun. About, sorry. Oh, sorry. If you keep hearing an echo, it's because I have my monitor computer next to me, and every once in a while I just want to... That was funny. I just want to check and make sure my sound is still working. Because like I said, I was having some issues because I was playing with some settings earlier. It should be working, but... Say my sound appeared to have cut out there for a minute. Go, 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 go. That's interference, thank you. Oh, it was on me. Whoops. Oh well. Boy, that's weird to see. That face-off going in the middle of the ice. Hit the post. Just a little warning. After this game, I need to take a very brief break, and then we'll be back. I need to make something for dinner. It needs to be in the slow cooker for 2.5 hours. I need it to be done at 7. So, Need to get it in about 4:30, but I have to make it and everything. So that should take about 10 minutes, and then we'll be back. Oh. Larmer with the near miss. Is it me? Hey, it's not me. Oh, wow. Oh, that was a stellar showing. Alright. Totally just missed the empty net, but... Alright, game one is in the books. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually take down the stream. Well, no, I'll leave it up, and I'll just leave it on, I should have just left it where it was. I wasn't thinking. You know what? We'll do one more. Why not? I wouldn't mind taking a 2-0 lead against the Blues into cooking. That just hit the post. How did the... Once again, how's that not interference? Once again... Oh, that was odd. But, what was I going to say? Well, if you're just joining us, I'm just doing a little... I'm bored live stream. I do have access to chat, so if you want me to talk about anything, put it in the little box. I have another penalty. Also should mention, I am not doing this on an emulator. This is an actual NES. I do have an emulator, but I don't really want to use it for live stream. If that makes sense, I've got some games that I wouldn't mind streaming. Star Fox is one of them. I just have a ROM for. I do have OpenEMU on my MacBook, but I don't know. It's more of a hassle to stream that way. I don't necessarily want to do it that way, so we just go with what we've got. Anyway, yeah, if you want to talk about anything, put it in the chat box, and I'll try and get to it, which it's not exactly blowing up down there, so should be good. Maybe it'd be good to kind of go into what I thought of the Hawks this year. Obviously, losing to the Blues was annoying. I mean, you never. I remember 2009 when we lost to, that was awful, to Detroit in the conference final. I didn't like that. 2011 when they lost in 7. That was a series, I thought, that against Vancouver in 2011. First of all, it's against who at the time was a rival. I mean, I definitely wouldn't call the Hawks and Canucks rivals anymore. I don't know, that the Canucks were outplaying the Hawks in almost every fashion that series. How did that not go in? If you remember that series, they went down immediately. Well, first of all, they made the playoffs thanks to Minnesota, really. I believe the last game of the regular season they were playing Dallas, and Minnesota won, putting the Hawks in the playoffs as the final. Well, there was no wild card at the time, but that was, I guess you would call it a at-large playoff berth. Yeah, that year, it almost felt like they were lucky to even be there. The Vancouver, won. I believe they won the Presidents that year. Luongo was playing well. Schneider. I lost my train of thought. So that series, you kind of knew the better team was going to win, and I was hopeful going into that Game 7 in Vancouver, but I also wasn't really expecting much. That one, it was annoying at the time, but I got over it pretty quick, because Vancouver should have won the game and won the series probably in 4 or 5. But 2012, that series against Phoenix, I'm not even sure. I kind of tried to put that series year out of my memory. But again, the Hawks just got outplayed by, frankly, an inferior team. That Coyotes team was nothing special. Obviously, they made it to the conference final, where they lost to the Kings. But I don't know. It just didn't have like that sense of we could have won that. I mean, I don't know. Especially after the Torres hit, that series got pretty one-sided. I'm trying to remember the Hawks lost game, whatever game they got eliminated, 5 or 6. They lost that one like 3 or 4-0, something like that. Can't, like I said, how did I get 2 penalties on one play? Whoops. Then, 2013 came around. Really? '13 came around. I honestly did not expect to win the Detroit series, especially after they got shut out. I felt like that series was it. Oh! Almost scored. But obviously they won despite Stephen Walcom and moved on and then won the Cup. And we will pick up there after I start making food. So what I'm going to do is leave the stream up. I'll just leave it sitting on this screen here, and in maybe 5-10 minutes, something like that, I will be back and we will continue on with our series. So I will be right back, and go outside for once. All right. Sorry about that. I'm making a lava cake, and well, it needs to be done at 7, so I need to get it in around 4:30, and yeah, so that was what I was doing. It's really easy to make too. I found it on one of those 5 million cooking, like quick cooking. Whoops, hold on. Cooking things on Facebook. Actually, basically, it's cake mix, pudding mix, and chocolate chips. You put it all in a crock pot slow cooker for 2.5 hours on high, and it turns out awesome. I've made it before. Like I said, that's all you have to do. It's really easy. So you just need to get the mixes and all the stuff that you need for those, and that's about it. Just throw it all together and it starts smelling real good in about an hour. But anyway, I need to get that in so it can be ready in time. I did that, and there should be no more interruptions. If you're just now joining us, what am I talking about? There's only one of me here. If you're just now joining me, I do have the chat window up and available. So if you want to talk about something or ask me a question, ask me to talk about something, I really don't care. What we were talking about before I had to go away forever, I was talking about my thoughts on the Hawks playoff lack of a run this year. I think I had just gotten to 2013. 2014, that series against LA was one of the weirder series that I can remember. Once again, I don't think, I'm trying to think how to phrase this exactly. Basically, the better team does not always win a series. And not even the team that plays the best always wins a series. I thought in 2014, we played, that's awful. 2014, we played the Blues in the first round. That was a close series. And not only because, the two rivals, everything like that. That adds to it, but I thought the two teams were very equal. How many of those games were close until the end? I mean, game one went to triple overtime. Really the deciding game of that series was game 5. Because, if you're the Blues, you don't want to lose that game on home ice. And if you're the Hawks, you don't want to be up against elimination, you know, in a game, in a Game 6 situation at home. You know, and Taves won it, probably you remember, Taves won it in overtime off what Steve Conroy called almost a 2-on-1. It wasn't, but whatever. Steve Conroy continues to get paid to do his job badly, and I don't have a job, so, you know. 2015, once again, the Hawks were not the best team. You know, I thought Anaheim was probably one of the better teams in the West, and that could be argued, you know. That probably will be argued forever. And the Hawks beat him in 7, you know. And by the way, if you didn't hear, Boudreaux this morning got canned, which I find a little interesting. You know, he hasn't really done all that much in the playoffs, or anything for that matter. But the Ducks have won, is it 4 straight conference or division championships now? So I get why they did it, but I'm not necessarily sure that I totally agree with it. Well, anyway, this year, there was the winning streak, which, okay, there was the Kane point streak, you know, and Kane realistically could have won the Rocket Richard if he wouldn't have slumped off in the middle of the year, really. I mean, as it was, he won the Art Ross by, 20 points, something like that. I think Jamie Benn was second, maybe, and he wasn't even close. So, you know, this team is built around the core, let's just say, 5. So let's just say, Kane, Taves, Hossa, how many was that, 3? Keith, and probably Seabrook, I would say. You know, you would think that those, maybe you could include Jalmerson in there. Those are the players who are really going to be here. You know, and I'll throw Crawford in there as well. We are going to overtime, in case you've just been listening to my dulcet tones this whole time. You know, as long as those players are here, this team is going to make the playoffs. I mean, realistically, they're not going anywhere. You know, I thought the difference this year, you know, 2014, oh good. 2014 in that first round was a coin flip series. Either one of those teams could have won it, and that's how rivalry series like that go. I mean, that's just how it is. I have a 5-on-3. You know, and that's what makes the playoffs fun, because you get these matchups. You know, like between 2009 and 2011, the Hawks playing the Canucks 3 years in a row. You know, that was exciting. It made the regular season more fun. You know, it added something to the game as a whole. You know, where you get a series like that. Those are the ones where you get the real hatred between the teams, and that's what makes the game especially come playoff time, more interesting. You want a reason for someone to go, I want to watch this, because you never know what's going to happen. It's a concept that's been around as long as TV. I mean, if you provide entertainment, it's going to get ratings somewhere. So how did I get that far off topic? Anyway, so the NHL wants these big rivalries. You've got Hawks Blues. Tampa and Detroit have played each other at least 2 years in a row. I think it's 2 years in a row now. And there was some animosity there because of the Tampa's policies on like what you can wear in certain areas of the arena. So there's that could be moving forward. If the two play each other a few more times, maybe something starts there. The Hawks and Blues, the rivalry's always been there, without a doubt. I mean, that's just how it is. But when Detroit was still in the Central, you kind of felt like they were the main target. They had such success for so many years in a row, now 25 years in a row in the playoffs. The Blues and Hawks both, especially the Blues had their own playoff streak going up until, I forget, like 2008, 2009. Oh, fine. Greg Gilbert. What was I saying? Oh, so really the big rivalry of the Central now is the Hawks and the Blues. There's a little bit there between I would say between the Hawks and the Predators. That's again coming through the policies of who can and can't buy tickets. There's stuff there. I would say the Hawks in Minnesota have had a rivalry, which I like to see, because obviously up until 3 years ago now, the Wild were in. There we go. Oh, Steve Smith scoring in overtime for the other team, or for his team. Take a commanding 3-0 lead. I always wanted to see, something come out of that Minnesota rivalry, because obviously when the Hawks and the North Stars were in the Norris division, there was a big rivalry there. With good reason. There was, players like Dino Ciccarelli, I can't think off the top of my head now, some of the other real agitators. But there were a lot of them, and that was, obviously that was the league at the time too. But there was that rivalry there that didn't necessarily transfer over when the move to Dallas happened. The geographic rivalry isn't there. Even look at other sports. The NFC North is you know, the Bears, the Packers, the Lions, and the Vikings. You know, and the Norris at the time was, oh goody. You know, the Hawks, Blues, North Stars, and Red Wings, Maple Leafs. I think should be one more. I can't think off the top of my head. You know, and there were the stories of some of the games in the Norris were pretty legendary. I mean, there were a lot of fights between the Hawks and the North Stars, the Hawks and the Blues. You know, there's the famous one with Dave Manson and Scott Stevens. You know, and I almost want to say that the NHL wants to return to that, to a sense. I mean, the Blues pattern, ever since really Hitchcock took over, has been kind of the old heavy hitting, not as fast, but that style where they're not going to kill you with their speed, they're just going to kill you. I still don't think, you know, obviously it's their second round series starts tonight against Nashville. You know, their goaltending in the first round here, Elliott stood on his head. There's no two ways about it. If he doesn't play as well as he did in that series, we're probably looking at the Hawks in 6. You know, especially Game 1 started out kind of shaky. That was, you know, it was finished 1-0, but really it could have been probably 5-4. Both goalies played real well in that series. You know, I think the difference this year was the depth on not only in the forward line. You know, the fourth line last year of Desjardins, Kruger, and Shaw. You know, that's not a lightweight line. Yeah, it's your checking line, but I mean, Kruger can score. Shaw can score annoying goals. And Desjardins can score too. You know, that line was huge, especially, you know, going late into that playoff run against like Anaheim, and even against Tampa in the final. That line played extremely well and was probably the reason they won the cup. If you remember back to 2014, the Kings' fourth line was the difference between, you know, the how many of my players can get hurt in one period? The Kings' fourth line was the difference between the Hawks losing in the conference final and chances are winning another cup. Thought another one of my players got hurt. But this year, I really feel like the lack of depth on defense is what really killed him. And it wasn't a problem that necessarily was a new development. I mean, you're always going to have Keith and Seabrook, which I know I saw a lot of arguments that Keith didn't really produce in the first round this year, which they're right. And he, he won the Conn Smythe for one thing. He had a huge first round last year against Nashville. He had the game winner in game one. He had, he had the what ended up being the game winner in game 6 of the final. Offensive production by your defense is something that you can't really replace. Seabrook, same thing. He had a game winner last year in game 4 in overtime. If you don't get that, you can't count on it. You don't want to have your defense score those big goals for you. You want to have your big name guys like Kane, Taves, Hossa. Hossa had a good game, game 7. But once you get past really Hjalmarsson, Van Riemsdyk, he's still developing. He's only been around 2 years now. I don't necessarily dislike him at the fourth D spot. How did that go in? Awesome. All right. If you look at our third D pairing, Roosevelt, he I guess I should say he did have a good postseason. But thanks, Paige. I can see that on the chat. I forgot. Totally forgot. Oh, Roosevelt's getting older. He's not going to be around forever. They never really had anyone for that third D pairing. Oh, I'm playing the Red Wings. All right. They tried Trevor Daley. That ended up not working for some reason. There's Steve Yzerman. How many shots can I get in a 3-second span? They tried Trevor Daley. That didn't really work. They tried Rob Scuderi. That happened. you know, that defensive depth, because you can't have only two deep pairings, especially, you know, going into games that go deep, like even single or double overtime. You got to have those D men that can go deep into games like that. Yeah, that was the difference. At least in my opinion, I thought Crawford played fine. He didn't get a lot of help in front of him some days, but so I guess going back to my last point, the better team does not always win a series. You know, the team that sometimes plays better or is just plain lucky. I mean, obviously there's something. The team that plays better obviously is going to be the one that wins. But that's not always the better built team. And I think in this situation it was. This Blues team has always been designed well. You know, you've got Alex Steen, who's a great scorer. You've got Pietrangelo, Shattenkirk, who are both solid defensemen. I thought they did good getting rid of Jackman. I think he was weighing the blue line down. Obviously, you do have some problems. Gunnarsson is awful. A terrible defenseman, but you know, he was a former Maple Leaf, so. Wow, Steve Smith is money on that shot from the circle. So if I can ever actually finish this story, I don't think the better team always wins, but in this case, I think they did. I honestly think the series should have only gone 5 games at the most. The Hawks just look tired. You know, and that's understandable when really 3 years in a row you've had deep playoff runs. You know, last year obviously winning the Cup, the year before coming a bad bounce away from winning the Cup, probably. Old man Lidstrom. The year before that, winning the Cup again, obviously. So, you know, those short off seasons have to take a toll. I mean, you know, obviously you're never going to not want to win it. I think the season that you don't want to win the Cup is the season you should quit playing at all, because why are you there? But, you know, whatever. But players get tired, you know, they're still human and everything. I think this extended off season, we haven't had one since, you know, obviously we had one going into the 2012-2013 season. And then the Hawks came out that season on fire. I mean, obviously breaking breaking multiple records, actually. Sorry, had to. And that was really a break from April until January. Because remember the whole lockout situation. So I don't know how this team is going to look moving forward. There's going to be a lot of players gone this offseason. I do feel that. Obviously Andrew Ladd's going to be gone. Andrew Shaw's going to be gone. I just don't see, even if they can move someone who they're going to move. And how they're going to be able to find money, even still, to be able to afford him. And honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. Shaw has always been an agitator. I mean, he's been that ever since that first round series against Phoenix. But I don't know. He has a tendency to take a lot of stupid penalties. I actually expected to see him get moved after or right before the trade deadline. I mean, obviously the Hawks see something in him, but I don't know. I just don't see him coming back. I still like the Desjardins pickup. I love that trade. And to be able to keep him at a discount was pretty awesome. I like the Anisimov move. I didn't necessarily like it at the time. But the year after now, I think that was an excellent move. Especially because Saad hasn't really shown the ability to do all that much away from playing with Kane. Which, understandable. You could put a rock with Kane and it would score 20 goals. But there's just going to be some changes this offseason. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. Obviously, you'd like to think this team could have won had they gotten past the Blues. Obviously, the path through the West this year is probably the easiest it's been in quite a while. San Jose, well look at the four teams that are left. The Blues, who obviously are playing well. There's the Sharks, who beat the Kings. You've got the Predators, who beat the Ducks on home ice for their fourth straight Game 7 home loss, which I don't know how they still sell Game 7 tickets when they're going to lose. It's, tradition at this point. And, my brain isn't working. the other Western team. Oh, Stars. Yeah, the Stars, I think, were kind of brought back down to earth in that series with Minnesota. Minnesota obviously has had some issues. They didn't have as good a record as they would have liked. Their goaltending is average, I would say. Devin Dubnyk can play well, but he's not a Crawford. He's not a Howard. Although Detroit didn't really get very far with him, so they've got issues, but they pushed Dallas to a Game 6. I think there were some major weaknesses exposed with the Stars. They don't have Tyler Seguin right now. Jamie Benn has been playing pretty well. They've got Patrick Sharp, who scored a couple big ones. But they're human. They looked pretty good through the regular season. But I think, especially in the series with the Blues, this series is going to be pretty telling, I think, of, first of all, how the Blues are, and second of all, how the Stars are. Because, like I said, without Seguin, that's a huge loss, obviously. They're not playing the same as they were in the regular season. Pretty plain and simple. Their goaltending is not good. Antti Niemi will forever go down as one of the most just average goalies to ever win a cup. Take him off of the Hawks in 2010. What has he done in the playoffs? And Lettman is a solid goaltender, but he's getting old. And I don't know. But moving into the other series, you've got San Jose who beat a very collapsy Kings team. The Kings won 2 cups in 3 years, but they missed the playoffs the year after. They made the playoffs this year as a 2 seed after absolutely collapsing with the division lead. They should have had that Division 1 in March. That was how big that lead was. But, they fell down to the 2 seed and lost to the Sharks. The Sharks have been playing probably the second best in the conference. And then you've got the Predators, who I don't know. I don't necessarily think Pecorine is the goalie that's going to get them there. And it's not that I don't like Nashville. I don't know. I just don't think that team is built for that deep run. They don't really have that veteran experience that has been in one of those runs before. So I don't know. If Pecorine plays well, they should win. But that's some days that's a bigger if than others. He's. I don't know. I'll just I'll leave it at that. But yeah, my bracket was just demolished when the Kings lost. My final was the Kings and the Rangers, so yeah. So anyway, the point I was making 5 hours ago. The path to the conference final and beyond really is as easy as it's ever been. Because who in the other than Dallas, the Sharks are the Sharks. I mean, I hate to say it, but they're not exactly known for their playoff prowess. And I'm about to win this game. Go me. I just don't expect them to move past this round, honestly. I would like to see it because that's a team that's really gone through a lot in the last few years. But I just don't honestly see it. So, I guess if the Hawks would have beaten St. Louis, could they have won the cup? I don't know. The Penguins are playing so well right now. Obviously, they lost to Washington in overtime last night over a disputed goal, but they're playing so well, and with a backup goaltender too. That's terrible. But Washington has been playing so well all season, really. But I think they have some holes. Holtby's been playing really well. That has helped them a lot. But their first round was against Pittsburgh. Philadelphia, who wasn't in the playoffs until the last game of the season. Not exactly, not exactly a powerhouse. And again, that Eastern Conference was just so down this year. You've had the Lightning, which really didn't make a lot of noise this year, other than the Jonathan Drouin situation. I love when I get a penalty for running into the goalie. The Islanders beat the Panthers, which the Panthers were good this year, but again, that wasn't a great division. Let's see. And then you've got fourth Eastern team. Tampa, Florida, or Tampa Islanders. Oh, Penguins and I got them all. So I don't know. I think it depends in the long run how well the Penguins keep up, if they can even get it past the Capitals, which. Yeah, thanks, Chelios. I don't know. I mean, obviously it's possible, but I think it'd be a long shot, and this game did not handle that right. Let me just... Yeah, that's not right. If there was a delayed penalty... But, yeah, honestly, I don't... Some years you can kind of tell who's got the hot hand and who will win it. Not necessarily this year, you know. The two hottest teams really in the playoffs are playing each other this round. I think the Capitals should win that series, but again, it just from the first game and seeing some of the games in the first round, that is such a coin flip series that I honestly can't tell who is going to win that one. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel or felt after the first round. Obviously, the second round has started already, but yeah. It is 5:30. We're gonna see how far I can get. Am I up 2-0 or 3-0 in this series? Not sure. Felt a little weird today to actually go outside. That sounded really bad. So, for those who aren't aware, no, this is my last semester of undergrad, and next week is what we call dead week, where you don't really learn anything. It's a lot of review. Why do I have another penalty? Why is Goulet skating so slow? So we're not really doing much in classes right now. Ow. Come on. So normally on Fridays I have a class 11 to 11:50, and then one 11 to 11:50, and then 1 to 1:50. Well, both classes were canceled today, so I got to sleep in, and now Ronak is hurt again. Yeah, so I slept till noon today. It was quite nice. So I woke up and went to the store. I'm making, I think I mentioned what I was making. I'm making a lava cake tonight. So I had to go get some stuff for that. I went and went to Burger King for a little bit. That was... So yeah, that's been my day. It's been pretty relaxing, but oh, I'll actually be in-game highlights. Okay. I'll actually be an internship this summer up in, well, if you know me, you know where. But, yeah, I'm not looking forward to having to adult, but, I am ready to be done with school. I'm tired. I just need a break. Not a break, but, you know, I'm ready to be done. You know, if I were to go for a master's or something, wouldn't be for a couple years probably. But did I get another? Okay, good. But yeah, that's what I've got going on. So this summer, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm gonna try and live stream weekends. I won't be able to really do them during the week, at least during the day. Maybe at night every once in a while. But that's interference. We're cross-checking. Really? It's gotta be Ronick too, isn't it? Oh, yep. Oh, come on! Really? So it's gonna be 3-on-3 for me for like ever. Yeah. Oh well. I can win one in Detroit, then can win it at home. So I might do this. How did I take a penalty 16 seconds in? Oh, that's bad. Paul Eisbart. I might do this with one of the modern NHL games, because I kind of like this where I just pick a team and go through series. I think maybe we'll go through this series and then we'll call it a stream. 'Cause I've been going for almost 2 hours. Oh. Okay. What a hooker. There we go. I know I said I wasn't gonna use the wraparound trick, but it's too much fun. Alright. One more period. Mm. I think that's his, like, 5th penalty this game. Oh, if that would have gone in. We are going to overtime. There it is. For the Hattie. And note that that does not count as a wraparound because it was technically a rebound. All right, you can wrap it up at home. Oh, that hit the post. Wow. That was terrible. Speaking of terrible, one thing I hope to do this summer is get a new Worms Let's Play up and running, because it has been a long time since we've done one of those. Obviously, it's been kind of hard to get everyone together to be able to do it, but yeah, I'm hoping this summer we'll be able to get just some new content, because, like I said, I've been ridiculously busy this semester with school stuff, so I haven't had time to record much of anything, let alone edit, let alone, you know, whatever. So hopefully I'll be able to change that. And yeah, I this could be the last period, or it could not be. Oh man. All right, let's win it here. How about? Oh, what? Once again, 2 penalties on the same play. Ho! Jeremy Roenick with the blazing speed. Now I just have to kill off the wing mouth that hit the post. That's gonna be on me, isn't it? Just have to kill off 2 minutes and 31 seconds of clock time. Uh-oh, Steve Smith, can he bury it? Nope. Yep. Can't even win a fight. Did I just... There it is. All right. And that is the second round. So whenever I get around to... Oh, here we got some highlights. That's special. Is that... Yeah, Dennis Savard, that's what I thought. So yeah. We, next time whenever we do this, might be next week, might be tomorrow, I don't know. But, we will pick up right where we left off. I'm writing down the password real quick. Can't tell if that last one's an O or a 0. I think it's an O. Okay. All right. Well, thank you to everyone who watched. Let's just see. I'm playing the Oilers. Yeah, we are going to pick up here next time we do this. So, again, thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you next time.